The universe is not only weirder than we think, but stranger than we can think, said Nobel laureate Werner Heisenberg. Heisenberg was well versed on the subject. He assisted in the discovery of a quantum universe that is completely weird. One object can be in multiple places at the same time in the quantum realm of particles, such as electrons, as if you were sitting in your den and your dining room and your bedroom and your garage at the same time. Two separate copies of the same item can interact with each other as if they were completely different things. As if you split into two U's and one of them slugged the other. As if you sneezed and someone 13.5 billion light years away said Gesundheit. A change in one region of the cosmos can instantly change something on the other side of the universe. It has been demonstrated that a quantum eraser can travel back in time and erase a quantum event that has already occurred, as if you sneezed and then went back in time to unsneeze. These strange occurrences have prompted some unconventional thinkers to infer that the hard lines separating past, present, and future aren't that firm after all, and that some swaths of the future may genuinely exist in the present. Because the present and the future may overlap, some scientists believe it is possible to sense the future in the present. Psychophysiologists at the HeartMath Institute, HMI, are among those who believe they have uncovered this form of clairvoyance in the lab. The following is a summary of their published research. HMI's Roland McCraty, a Florida Atlantic University professor, claims that changes in experimental subjects' heart rate data predicted two separate sorts of occurrences 2 to 14 seconds before they occurred. 1. Whether the content of a photograph that will be seen in the near future was emotionally stimulating or emotionally neutral. 2. The result of a bet placed at a roulette table, whether experimental subjects were going to win or lose a roulette bet. McCraty demonstrated that variations in heart rate variability, how much the heart speeds up and slows down as a person breathes in and out, changed statistically significant ways several seconds before the events took place in both cases. And heart rate fluctuations were considerably different depending on whether an image was neutral or stimulating, or whether a bet was won or lost. In other words, statements like "listen to your heart," "follow your heart," and "I believe deep in my heart" are literal descriptions of what happens when we have intuitions. Many of our gut sentiments are actually heartfelt feelings, according to McCraty's studies. Despite McCraty's valiant efforts to minimize false sources of experimental error, I remain doubtful that the heart, or any other organ, has the ability to see into the future. I'm hesitant to call clairvoyance impossible, since Heisenberg was correct about the strangeness of the universe, but I have a feeling that a far less bizarre explanation for McCraty's discoveries will eventually emerge. Nonetheless, I believe McCraty was correct in concluding that intuition might literally exist in our hearts. Dr. Bradley Dunn of Cambridge University has demonstrated that being able to detect changes in our heart rate is crucial for accessing intuition. He made up a game in which test subjects had to trust their instincts about which of 4 decks of cards they should choose to select a card of a specified color from. The decks were stacked in such a way that 2 of them, the profitable decks, had a 60% probability of having a card of the desired color, while the other 2, the unprofitable decks, only had a 40% chance. Dunn kept track of the individual's heart rates throughout the trials. Most of the subjects soon began to draw more from profitable cards than from unprofitable decks based just on intuition. Dunn discovered that as respondents' game experience grew, changes in their heart rate were highly connected with choosing the profitable decks over the unprofitable decks. Even though the test subjects were not consciously aware of which decks were profitable, the correlations were strong. They had learned to make the proper decisions without even recognizing it. Or, to put it another way, their hearts had more knowledge than their heads. Dunn's study revealed that subjects who were consciously aware of their heartbeats did significantly better in the game than those who couldn't feel their hearts beat. Perhaps the capacity to sense one's heart beating in the chest is what distinguishes intuitive people from those who aren't. Some of us know our hearts better than others. This, I have a gut sense, is correct, and if it isn't correct today, it will be in the not too distant future.